In our massive country, there are card collectors throughout the land participating in the hobby. There's Mike of Junk Wax Hero and Greg of Midlife Cards. And while distance may separate them, here is where they come together to talk cards.
Hey, buddy. How's it going?
It's such a great tune to kick us off. I love it. I'm going to say it, I think, every time for years. We're going to get so sick of me mentioning it.
Yeah, it's a really good one, and it's just kind of playful and whimsical and fun, just like
Yeah.
us.
It feels a little bit like the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme.
Yeah, I could see
Little
that.
circusy.
Bum, ba-da-da-da-da-da. My family would hear. I would. They didn't watch Curb, and I'd be in the other room, and I'd
Same
have
here.
Curb playing, and they'd hear the intro and the outro music, and they referred to it as like the carnival circus music.
It is.
And I would be in the other room just laughing where they'd hear me throughout the house because nothing gets me roaring more than Curb.
Yes. All right.
So it's been a week. So a few things have happened in the last week. Some new videos on the Sports Card Clubhouse platform, whether it be in the YouTube or the podcasting arena, one of which was yours. Tell us about that.
Yeah, a new series called So You Want to Be a Dealer, which is a rotating series with every other week I'll have So You Want to Be a Content Creator. And each one I'll interview a dealer, and on the other end of it, I'll interview a content creator. And this coming week, I guess I'll announce it right now because by the time this first airs on Saturday, I will have the episode in the can, as they say in the biz, which I've never said before and never will again, I promise. But this person is Adam Gray. I always want to say Adam West, and I know it's not Adam West, but Adam Gray, who is a mostly basketball content creator on Twitter and Instagram, and he also does some YouTube. And he's just really interesting and really good, and surprisingly tall. I saw him at the National. I didn't get a chance to talk to him because when I saw him, he was talking to somebody else, and then he was gone. And I was shocked to find that he might actually be taller than me, and I'm 6'2". I would guess that he's 6'3" or 6'4". We're going to get to the bottom of it on that video. How tall is he? That's the only reason I'm having him on.
Yeah.
I don't like him already because I think he's taller than me.
Yeah, I mean, that's the important thing is to make sure about that.
That's right.
Yeah, so I'll be honest, I was asked this morning by our friend Theo, have I heard the first episode yet? And I said no, because my commute is 25 minutes and I am on my third leg of the oh man, I'm gonna mess it up. Jake Waxpack Wisdom and Matt from Providence, the hit list.
Yeah.
I was on leg 3 of the hit list, and then I'm starting you and your episode with Chris, and I just finished the hit list, like just finished it maybe 5 minutes ago.
Because they're better anyway. Priorities. I understand.
No, it's just So a couple things you wanted to talk about today. You had a video that posted earlier in the week. Tell us about that and your thoughts on it.
Yeah, so I did a video. Somebody posted in this Facebook sports card scammer tracker group, I think that's roughly what it's called, about a scam. And I had never heard of it before, and nobody in the scammer tracker group had heard of this before. Even the admins seem to have heard of this scam before. And then somebody posted about it on Twitter, and it went viral over there. And I did this video, and as of now on Thursday evening, my video has 12,000 views, which is bonkers for a video. I mean, I haven't had a video get that many views over a year, I would guess. I just don't post that kind of content that often anymore because I don't know. This one really grabbed my attention, and I said I gotta do a video because this is a really complicated scam, and I think people need to be cautious of this. And the way it worked is, and I'll explain this very quickly. A scammer convinced one person to sell him cards, and he also convinced another person to buy cards from him, and he had one of them pay the other while he had the other one who had been paid ship him the cards. So he got cards for free. The person he was buying them from was paid, but the person who was paying was out the money. And it's terrifying how easy it was. And there are a lot of red flags. There are a lot of things that people need to be cautious of. For instance, don't let somebody bypass the PayPal, or you shouldn't be bypassing the PayPal address if you're the seller. If somebody pays you with PayPal, you have a default PayPal address in there, and you need to ship to that address. And if somebody says, no, I need you to ship this to my business partner or something like that, say, no, I'm shipping to the address on your PayPal. If you need to change your address, you do that before I ship.
You would think that that would solve everything. You would think going through the platform of eBay, for example, would solve everything. And I listened to your video a couple of days ago. What was it? Maybe
It was Tuesday that I
yeah,
posted
we're
it.
recording this on Thursday. I listened to it Tuesday afternoon, and I was driving, and I'm not very smart. I was having a little bit of a hard time going, wait, what was he? He did what? Like,
Yeah.
needless to say, people are getting creative and have always been creative. I tell my students all the time, if you worked as hard to just do your work as you are finding a way to cheat, you would actually have an easier time being successful.
Yeah.
Some of the cheating scandals I've had in my classes are just truly genius, really. And so I am well versed in this sort of thing. But when we were talking this morning, um, I said, well, I'm going through a scam right now.
Yeah.
And you were like, really? And I said, yeah, like literally right now.
You're scamming
And
somebody.
what's that?
You're scamming somebody.
No. I couldn't live with myself.
Me neither.
I am so hard on myself. If I ever do anything to somebody that could come across as like harsh, I just like can't sleep at night. I put myself through trauma. So I'm looking at my screen over to the side here and making sure I get the details right. So in 1989, Columbus Clippers. This is a true story. This is happening right now. 1989, Columbus Clippers, Bernie Williams, Cracker Jack Columbus police card. Okay. Just a Bernie Williams minor league card. As a Yankee fan, I'm like, I saw that and I'm like, I want that. So the guy, I watched it. The guy was asking, I think $25 on it. And he made me an offer of 20.
Mhm.
And I countered him at 15. So I paid $15 for this card. It's in a PSA 9 holder, if that matters to you. Old
Feels like
holder.
a good deal.
Yeah, and it's a good deal. I mean, I looked at comps and comps are in like the low 20s, but I was like,
Mhm.
$15, I want this Bernie Williams card because Bernie's a junk wax era guy. So even his
Yep.
rookie card, there's just bazillions of them. It's like Randy Johnson kind of thing. And
Yep.
so I'm like, I want the card. So I bought it. I'm looking at the screen right now, August 5th. I paid $15 for the card, $4.80 in shipping, and $1.16 for tax, for a total of $20.96 that I paid for this Bernie Williams card, all in just under $21. So I waited and I'm always kind of buying stuff and I sell stuff on eBay. So, you get notifications of things being shipped and it's, this and that. And I got a notification a couple days later, 2, 3 days later, it says the card has been shipped and there's a tracking number and the
But it hadn't
person's
yet been dropped off with USPS, I'm guessing.
or they just printed out the label
Right.
because
Yeah.
it said printing number or a tracking number identified, but it didn't have. I mean, I can click on track package right now, and it says tracking number provided, and
Mhm.
that was done on Friday, August 8th. So 3 days. This is August 8th. Right now, it is currently October 9th.
Right.
So I bought the card on August 5th. On August 8th, a tracking number was identified in New Jersey. And those New Jersey guys, all those New Jersey guys, right? And so I waited and I didn't really think anything of it because it's a $15 card. It's like not that big a deal. It's like one of those things you forgot. Oh, yeah, I bought this when it shows up. And 2, 3 weeks go by and I'm like, the card hasn't shown up. I mean, he probably sent it ground. It's probably like the slowest economy thing ever. And finally, like, I just kind of forgot about it. And after about a month, I said, I never got that card. So I went back on and it said it was tracking number on August 8th. So I'm like, what the heck? So I messaged the seller. I said, hey, what's the status on the card? Because I'm like, maybe he printed the label, forgot about it. It's sitting in a pile, right?
Yep.
Never responded. And I'm like, huh? So I waited, I gave him 3 or 4 days, and then I went to eBay to see because this is an eBay deal. And I go to eBay, I go, what can I do? So, it's like, what do you do in this situation? And it says, first, you have to contact the buyer. After you contact the buyer again, then you can open a case. I'm like,
Contact the
oh,
seller.
okay.
Yeah.
So I send the message. Hey, dude, I probably just really busy, but my card that I bought a month ago, any update on that? Now, when I bought the card, his rating was like 96, 97%. Because I looked at it, I'm like, did I buy it from a guy with like 0 sales? It was lots of sales, about a 95, 96% rating, which isn't good, but it's not a
Let
total
me guess.
disaster.
His rating has spiraled since then.
Oh, yeah. So his rating
Here's
is now around the 90% mark.
here's where I have to ask. Maybe
Yeah.
he died. In all seriousness,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's not impossible, but I did also look at some of his other sales, and he has gotten some positive feedback in, how it says like last month, last 6 months, last year or something. Like in
yeah.
the last month, he's had some positive feedback.
Hmm.
So anyway,
Sorry, has he gotten negative feedback in the past month where people are saying they didn't receive their item?
in the past 6 months, he has, I'll pull it up right now. By the way, the name of his eBay store is Kind Collects.
It's probably his last name.
So he's now at
A trait he has.
90.8% positive feedback, 636 cards sold. In his feedback in the past 6 months, lots of positives.
That means 1 out of every 9 feedback items he has received
Negative.
is negative. That's not good.
It's not good. Nothing in the last month, but in the last 6 months, 35 positives, 1 neutral, 5 negatives. So
Oof.
let me give you an update on where we're at. So then I didn't hear back, and it said I went to open a case and said, now you can open a case. So I open a case with eBay, and I'm thinking, oh, they're going to email me and say, hey, we're refunding you your money. eBay never responded. And I'm like, that seems
What?
weird. So I just kind of forgot about it. I got stuff going on. I got life,
Right.
and this is a
And it's $20.
$15 Bernie Williams card,
Yeah.
And
I'll mail you a 1990 Topps, Bernie. How's that?
well, so I looked like a week ago, and I was like, what the heck, eBay? So when I saw your story, I'm like, what's going on with my case? So I go back in there and I click on it, and it says like look at the case update or case status. And it says money back guarantee no longer available because it was like 57 days ago that the sale was finalized, and this person doesn't accept returns. And I'm like, wait a second.
It's
He
not
gave
even
a tracking
eligible.
number.
Returns are only good for people who mail the card.
Right. So but it said we can't help you. Like the eBay thing. So then I go like it says like contact us. So I click on that like, oh, I'm contacting you, and it pulls
You
up in
clicked it hard.
the virtual assistant over to the side. Right, the virtual
Yeah.
assistant is now helping me, and I say to the virtual assistant, which is AI. I said, hey, yeah, got an issue with the purchase. And it says, which one? Is it this or this or this? I click on it and it says, sorry, we can't help you. That sale was 57 days ago or whatever. And I'm like, what? Like, that's the point. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, if I were to go back, what should I have done differently in this sale? Like, you have to wait for the card to show up. And then once the card doesn't show up after, 2-3 weeks, you're like, okay, now I'm going to do something. Then you contact the guy. Then you have to wait a few days and he doesn't respond. Then I can open the case. So then the case is opened. And then you check in on the case and they say, we can't help you. It was too long ago. Like that's the whole point.
Yeah.
What's happening? So I can't get anybody on the phone. So it was the start of the school today, and you brought this topic up. I said, what is the status of my case? And it said, we can call you in like 4 minutes if you click on this. And like the bell was about to ring. And I'm like, I can't have them call. I can't have eBay calling me right now about my Bernie Williams card. So I think I got scammed out of $21.
Yeah. I think you did too. And I think you're smarter scamming people out of $21 than you are scamming people out of $1,200, like the one in my video,
Yeah.
because people are going to drop it over $21.
Yeah.
People will not let it go over $1,200. The vast majority of people. That's a lot of money for most people. $21 is a lot of money for far fewer people than $1,200 is.
I mean, in
And
California, that'll buy me like 3 gallons of gas.
I don't know what the price of gas is, but I don't doubt it.
It's over $5.
Here it's $3.10. I think I filled up this morning for.
It's over $5, and it's going up because there was a refinery fire out here the other day. So we got things dialed in.
Yeah, this is really good radio, by the way.
Isn't
Scam
it?
Talk. Scam Talk. Yes, we should. This is our new podcast talk.
It's a hook. We're setting that hook deep.
Scam Talk. No, this is surface issues. This is, yeah. I love messaging people 2 weeks after they create the tracking number. And my very passive aggressive message is always, "Hey, do you think you're ever going to ship this?"
Yeah.
Because it's been 2 weeks, and you created the tracking number 2 weeks ago. And they always say, "Oh, that's weird. I dropped it off at the USPS. I'm not sure what's happening. I'll go in and see." And then, like an hour later, it's showing up with the USPS.
Yeah.
Because they went and dropped it off.
Well, one of the things too, to be honest with you, is I had a few CC Sabathia Chrome rookies from and when it was announced he made the Hall of Fame, I had like 3 of them or something. So I'm like, I'm just gonna sell one of these. It's probably as hot right now as it'll ever be. Mm-hmm. So I listed it and I sold it, and it was like a $23 card or something. It was ungraded. And I just put it up there because I'm like, I don't need 3 of these. And if I'm ever going to sell one, I sell one now. Sort of like the day that Bill Walton died, and I immediately listed his autograph for sale because I don't know what that's. I'm a dark person, I guess. and the guy like messaged me like a month later. I swear to you, I mail stuff fast. Like that day or the next day, I get it out of there because I don't want to think about it. And like at least 3 weeks later, the guy emails me and he goes, "Hey man, like, any idea why this hasn't shown up?" I'm like, "Are you serious? Like this? I assumed it's been there like weeks ago." And he's like, "No, it's not here." And I was like, well, either it got lost or this guy's messing with me. And literally like 2 days later, he messaged me and he goes, "Oh, it got here." I mean, it took like a month for this. So it's not unheard of. And that's one of the reasons I waited so long, is because I had that experience. And I'm like, well, I guess maybe sometimes they just take the long route, And so it didn't seem impossible.
Yeah.
But now I don't think I'm gonna be seeing my Bernie Williams card.
I don't think so either. And it's probably not worth your time either. And that's what they bank on.
But it's worth my principal.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So next week we'll have an update, because I'm gonna have the virtual assistant give me a buzz, and we're gonna have a little chat.
I love the teaser. Yes.
Yes.
Make sure you're following. Make sure you're subscribed. We'll have an update for you next week.
I mean, if you're not subscribed, you might miss how this turns out.
Yeah.
Any other scam issues you got going on that you want to talk about, or you want to go on to our second topic?
Scam issues. No, I think that's it.
Okay.
Next topic, though, I think it's pretty meaty.
Okay, well, let's talk about it, because you said one of the things we could talk about is the 3 Kings card. And I said, what's that?
Yeah.
Which shows you how connected I am with the modern hobby. Tell us about the Three Kings card.
The Three Kings card is a new thing. So first of all, collectors have been begging Topps Fanatics to do something that benefits collectors. Collectors like you and me and just collectors, right? Do something that shows that they care about collectors and not just the big breakers and the big people. And they have come out with a new system that they are pumping all over social media. And it is a reward system for collecting. And so far, this sounds good, right? A reward system for collecting a player's 3 best rookie cards, they say. And those 3 best rookie cards, I'm thinking like uh, Topps Chrome, Refractor. But no, it is their MLB debut patch auto 1/1. It is their first Bowman Superfractor auto 1/1. And it is their rookie Superfractor auto 1/1. And if you have all 3 of those, you then are rewarded with a free Three Kings 1/1 autographed card of that player.
Yeah.
And Topps is touting this as some big advancement in collecting. But what they don't seem to grasp, and what they have certainly heard if they're paying attention to any of their social media, because people are talking about how tone deaf they are, is that this is appealing to like 3 people in the world. How
Yeah.
many people can possibly afford all 3 of those cards, let alone obtain all 3 of them? If
Yeah.
you own one of those cards, now you know you can hold it hostage for a wealthy person who might want it. The value of those have now gone up. People
Yeah.
are going to hold them hostage, and only a very tiny number of people will ever be able to get them. Or worse, it will make people gamble even further, buying more boxes, buying into more breaks, hoping to get these cards in order to get the massive new hit that Topps Fanatics is going to pump the crap out of.
Yeah. See, out in California, northern but central northern California along the coast is Pebble Beach. And Pebble Beach has a very famous road through the golf courses and these, 10, 20, $30 million homes called 17 Mile Drive. And it would be like a local church saying, we need to do something to give back. So we're going to give away free lemonade out on 17 Mile Drive because
Yes,
those people don't have anything going for them and they just can't catch a break.
I love
So
that.
what we need to do is we need to do something nice for the residents on 17 Mile Drive, not the inner city, not the normal person in the middle class, but the 17 Mile Drive residents. They really need something like this.
Yep.
It's and part of the problem, and people talk about wax prices and they're too high and they've driven people out because it's unaffordable. Well, part of the reason is because all of the in when I go to Lake Tahoe, okay, when I go to Lake Tahoe, there are literally penny slots, and then there are slots that are like $250 a spin. And I go to the penny slot area because I get to participate and have a little bit of fun and have a drink and sit with my wife and laugh and, oh, I almost got it, whatever, and then lose my money, my $18 that I brought with me or whatever. But they're serving me with an ability to participate. But what's happened now is all of the products, the margin is in with the whales. It's in the high limit room and in the $100 and $200 spin slots. And so now you walk into Lake Tahoe and there's 1,000 slot machines and 998 of them are for $100 each. And 2 of them are for the penny slots. And that's basically what we're doing with cards is we've eliminated the everyday collector sort of uh, participation level. Like there's no longer a Toyota Corolla or a Camry. It's, only a Lexus. All they have is Lexuses now, and nobody can buy a car unless you buy a Lexus.
And the casino is, of course, as they should be, only promoting the people who have won thousands, tens of thousands of dollars. They're not showing the people who have lost their life savings.
And what they're saying is, we're going to take the 10 people who won the biggest jackpot this month, and we're going to put them in a drawing for a huge jackpot
Yeah. Congrats
instead
on
of, I
being
don't know,
wealthy and lucky. We're going to make you even wealthier.
yeah, mix in a taco bar for the guys at the penny slots
And
because they're hungry.
this is not anti-wealth. This is not
No.
jealousy, although I
Oh,
am
no,
jealous, of
no,
course, but
no.
it's
I
just
love wealth.
right, me too. This is just a tone deaf response to collectors by Fanatics and Collect, where they have millions of regular collectors out there who would love to have something. And I'm going to cover this on my Sunday Clearing the Bases episode too. Somebody has put out a great uh, kind of a plea to Topps Fanatics saying, nobody asked for this. Here are some great things you could do that would be inexpensive for Topps Fanatics and would make hobbyists, collectors very, very happy. And it would get so much publicity and it would draw a lot of business to them that would bring them collectors. And right now they're only attracting the gambling investing type people because that's what they're promoting, and they're leaving behind the collectors. And I know people are going to say, hang on, they're both collectors. Right. I get that. I get that. I totally do. But there's different types of collectors. And that type of collector makes up the bulk of the hobby.
When so back in the early 90s, I think it was 1992. You might remember this, but it's when Topps started having Topps gold inserts.
Yeah.
And
Love
so
those.
it was just the foil was gold. It wasn't like
Yeah.
the whole card was chrome, because chrome wasn't around yet, but it was like the foil was gold and it was a special insert. But in every pack there was this little card
Hmm.
that had a scratch off thing, and it had like 10 scratch offs. And if you scratched off the one that was the gold winner, then you'd mail it in and they would send you like 2 or 3 gold cards, but they were a little different because they didn't say just they weren't the gold foil. It said gold foil and it said like winner on it. So it
Right.
was like it wasn't the pack pulled gold, but it was a different kind of gold. And it was like everybody kind of had a little thing. So if you got your pack and your pack was awful, you had a chance to be able to win a gold card, even if your pack didn't have anything of value in it. It was a pretty cool idea. Do you remember this?
Absolutely. Yeah. I was
So
collecting
I
until
don't know if you
94.
were aware of this, but you could see through.
Yeah. I was just reading about this maybe 6 months ago.
Really?
I
So
didn't know back
we
then.
we went to a card show and this guy had an entire table full of the gold winners. And we were like, "How did you win all of these? You have amazing luck." And he's like, "No." He goes, "If you go into like a dark room, like a dark closet, and you hold a flashlight up to the back of the card, you can see through the scratch off stuff. It's like a scratch off lottery ticket, and you can see which one is the winner, and you can scratch it off and send them in." And I just do it with every pack, and so I have all these gold winners. And so I remember being jazzed. So I like bought a couple of packs and I got the little cards and I went home with my dad and we went into his master closet. We turned off the lights and we shined through it and we're like, we won. It was like this whole thing. But the thing about that is it was a way for an average person to have some sort of special win, even in a pack that maybe didn't have what you were hoping it had in it. And that was a good idea. And they're blanking on that right now. What
Yeah.
they need to go back to that. And I think your whole point, if you collected like the base, the base card and the refractor, just like the silver regular refractor, and then maybe any other parallel, and you do it, then you get something. Like then more people can be a participant in that, or I don't know, or
Yeah.
you
Or
get a
like
discount or something.
in a TCDB type of situation, if Fanatics were to build something like that, and I know they never would because it wouldn't make them enough money. And that's the most important thing is that it makes them a lot of money. if you collected 100 of a single player, 100 cards of a player, they'll mail you a special card. It doesn't have to be worth a lot of money. It could just be a $5 card that commemorates you getting to 100. Get to 500 unique cards of, let's say, Mike Greenwell, because he passed away today, and I have hundreds of
Oh,
his
did he
cards.
really?
Yeah, thyroid cancer. So you get to 500 Mike Greenwell cards, and they commemorate that with a card or a pin or something that would say, "We appreciate you. Congrats on getting this." Greg is, in case you're listening here, he's backed up. I think he's going to show something. It's got to be a Mike Greenwell card.
Let me try. Let me see how well organized I am. Oh, I'm so good.
Nice.
All right. I know this is a podcast, so you're not supposed to show stuff on the screen, but
The 87 tops.
I was a Roger Clemens. I was a big Roger
Big on
Clemens fan, as we know. And pretty much every time Roger Clemens pitched in Oakland from about 1988 until well after 2000, I was at the game, like pretty much every time. And so I started kind of casually rooting for the Red Sox, and I've talked about this. And I brought some of my my cards and my 88 tops card. 88 tops, right? Yeah, these are 88 tops.
Yep.
And I had them in the little box, remember you'd shut it and it kind of snap shut, and you'd kind of pop the little thing and open.
It was a blue box, right?
No, mine were clear.
Okay.
But I'm sure they had different colors. And before the game, Ellis Burks came over and he signed, and I got that with I sent that to my friend who lives out on the East Coast because he is a Red Sox fan.
Interesting.
And that one was cool because somebody else had a Sharpie and he just used the Sharpie to keep signing. So it was a black Sharpie. I'm an idiot little kid who's, in 1988 doesn't know what he's doing. So I showed up with my cards and a ballpoint pen. So I'm going to show on the screen my Mike Greenwell. You can hardly even see it.
I can't even see it.
Oh,
yeah,
come
I can
on.
kind of. Yep, I can kind of see it.
And it's ballpoint pen, Mike Greenwell. And this is when Mike Greenwell was just a star and Ellis Burks was a star.
He was the MVP that year if Canseco had not been juicing.
And I was so jazzed for this. This was my first in-person auto.
Wow, that's a special one.
Yeah, really, really special. And I remember him being really cool and signing a lot, and that meant a lot. So I'm sorry to hear that. Mike Greenwell held this card. Very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right. What were we talking about?
I have no idea. Probably wasn't important.
I have no idea what we're talking. Three Kings cards.
Fanatics rewarding collectors.
So you made a great point about the Three Kings cards. And I guess we sounded sort of anti-wealth there I sounded anti-wealth there.
Well, I think I did too. And that's no.
I'm not suggesting. I love the fact that if you are in a country, that we live in a country where if you go from having nothing and you build and you work and you reinvest and you expand like our buddy Tony has done, that you can come out and change generational futures in this country. I love that about the country. And I don't have a problem with there being massive chase cards in products.
Right.
But when the new marketing thing focuses around the massive products that are already massive, it's like, what are we doing? Like, I get it, because what's going to be on social media? What's going to get all the attention when the first person gets the first Three Kings card? That card is going to be a huge card and everyone's going to talk about it, and there's going to be pictures of it, and it's going to be a big chase, and it'll get attention. And what won't get attention is some little kid getting this little redemption in the mail.
Yeah.
It's all about what's going to draw it. And so that's my issue, is we need to be doing more to get kids and entry level collectors in the hobby to have good experiences so they want to stay. That's my issue. It's not wealth. It's we need to be doing things to reach that group, What about like a report card redemption? So any kid who has, like a 3.5 GPA in school from K all the way up to 12, you submit an image with your report card, and they send you a pack or something. Like that would be a great thing, right?
I love that. I love that. They would never do that though.
They would never do that, and that's why they'll never hire me for the marketing department. But if they are hiring, they definitely look me up, midlifecards@gmail.com.
Yes, as we trash them here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we'll edit out all the negative things you said so that they hire you.
Yeah, wow. They won't.
It's just so tone deaf when there are so many collectors out there, and when they have a monopoly, as they do,
Yeah.
they can do this and they'll be just fine. Fanatics is probably, I don't know how much they're worth. The sports card division of Fanatics is worth billions, and they only paid $500 million for it. So they're doing something right. At
Let
least,
me go there. Let me take this down a little side road. The ability to have a monopoly of licensed material. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Because for a long time it was like tops only, right? And then all of a sudden in the late 70s, there's a lawsuit. I think it was Fleer versus Tops, if
it
I'm
was
not
Fleer. Yeah, the
mistaken.
lawsuit was actually filed in the 60s, I think, and
Oh, is
it
that
took
long? Okay.
15 plus years to actually come to fruition.
And so it got broken up where not only Tops could have the license, and that's why Tops, Donruss, Fleer, all were making cards from the like 1981 or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
on. And but then we went back to that. Like, what is it? What was the lawsuit then?
The lawsuit was being able to had something to do with them sending cards with gum. And so Topps was sending cards with gum, and Fleer said, well, we don't want to send cards with gum. We want to send it with stickers or something.
Right.
And that's what ended up winning the deal, the lawsuit. And then Donruss sent it with puzzle pieces, and that's I don't know why they're able to get away with it now. Probably because the industry is much smaller, and there's not much the government will do against anti-competitive companies that are worth $1 billion or $2 billion. You have to be worth 100 billion now for the government to come after you.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're not. That's why they haven't audited me yet. Is because I'm not worth 100 billion.
Right, you're only worth 1 or 2 billion.
Well, it's early. Yeah, it just seems like, do you think, I mean, we agree that it's bad. I mean, I want Panini and Fanatics to be able to have licensed ability to make cards, don't you?
Absolutely. Yeah, and Upper Deck.
And Upper Deck. I love Upper Deck products.
Yeah.
In fact, Upper Deck remains to me a very special company. Like, I love Upper Deck. I have loved Upper Deck since the first time my eyes, saw Upper Deck product. I think they were innovative. They got, back in the, what was it, early 90s, they got Tiger Woods and Gretzky and Jordan in some exclusive deals where they were doing some big name, big time stuff with those guys in cards and autos and stuff. And I think they've done some really great things, but they can't make baseball cards.
Right.
Which is insane.
Yeah. And they're doing some innovative things with hockey cards too. I think I remember reading about they're actually putting in patch cards like a QR code on them, and you can go and watch a video of the game. You can see the details of the game that it was from and highlights from
Wow.
it.
That's
Was
fantastic.
I'm pretty sure that was Upper Deck. It's probably 6 months ago that I saw that.
Because I know it would be expensive. I know it'd be hard to do that, but if you could have the picture of the player on the card be from the game where the player wore that particular item that the patch is from, like, it's not just a patch from a game and there's that picture is from the game. He had that jersey on that there's a piece of, and you could QR code the back and watch a clip from that game with that jersey. I mean, that's like, instead of this may or may not have been player worn,
Yes.
oh my, what are we doing? So
Not
it's
from any
just off
specific
the
event.
shelf from Dick's Sporting Goods.
Right. Yeah, and then the least important part of this, but just a little bit of a annoyance, I guess, or a nuisance, is the one card they showed, which is Junior Caminero card, three kings. I can't even read the inscription. It says like Tokaro or something. Could you read it?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah, it's so what you're referring to, we didn't explain it earlier, but the card is not just autographed. The card has like a little inscription from the player.
Right.
And the inscription that he made, let me look it up because I couldn't really read it either. I'm like, either he can't spell, maybe it was a different language.
Or it says to, and it has the name of the person it's going to, and I just couldn't
It
figure out
says
what it was.
it looks like it says Tokera or
Yeah.
A or O.
Takara? What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm gonna, just for your sake and my sake, I'm gonna put it on the screen there. Tokera.
Kara.
Tokera, the king.
The king.
Now,
Is
now
that his
my
nickname?
Spanish. Wait, hold on. My Spanish is coming out. To tocar is to play, right? Tocar, like a play an instrument, like you play a flute. You tocar la flauta or whatever, right? That's what tocar means in Spanish. Shout out to Miss Fernandez, Senorita Fernandez, Vacaville High School, class of 1997.
Yeah.
Isn't that what that is? Tocara the king. So like to play the king, or the king plays. Put it in a translate. Hold on. Tocara the king translation. Here we go. What do we got? Tocara
Nothing.
was a 19th century king of Manambu Kingdom of the people of Madagascar.
That's Toera, though.
Oh, that is Toera.
Yeah. It means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. I'm convinced that this is a meaningless inscription.
Tokara. What? Maybe we're saying it wrong. Treasure,
Takaro?
precious item. Oh, Takara is Japanese.
No, no,
For
it doesn't say
treasure?
Takara though.
Or is it Tokern? Is that an A? I mean, let's just take a step back here for just a second. I mean, his handwriting, bro. What are we doing?
Yes.
What are we doing, Junior?
The king is legible though.
Yeah, but that handwriting, it's not an N because it's nothing like the N in king. It's definitely Tokera. That's a T.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like maybe he could have written something.
Okay, so this
better.
person says it says to Kern the king. These will be customized for the name of the collector who redeems it.
So he doesn't believe in spaces between words, apparently.
Caro to Kern the king.
Of all the names to use, is Kern the one you would have chosen as your two somebody?
Somebody's name is Kern.
There's a Kern County in California.
Apparently, this same collector, Kern, also has Jackson Cheerios.
So the guy actually did this. So this is actually real.
Apparently.
So the guy has all three cards and now has the Three Kings card.
Apparently. Somebody named
And his
Kern.
name's Kern.
That's what I'm reading.
So that is an N, even though that N looks nothing like the other N.
Yeah. Yeah. Claimed both of these, Jackson Cheerio and Junior Caminero, in September.
It's also interesting that the only AL East, well, I guess the Orioles and the Rays didn't make the playoffs, but 3 of the 5 made the playoffs and then had to fight each other out to have the right to play for the pennant.
Hmm.
Nice work, MLB.
We are at 45 minutes.
Yeah, I know we need to wrap it up. I'm just, I'm still steaming from last night. This is Thursday. It's Thursday,
Yeah,
right?
the Yankees.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, Yankees.
Hey, I'm a Red Sox fan. You
I
did better.
know, and that's why you're giving me so much heat about it. But
I'm not giving you any heat.
you're giving me heat. Stop giving me heat.
Greg, always
Yes.
a pleasure.
It was,
I
and
also appreciate everybody for listening or watching, whatever your preference is.
Yeah, everybody out there, I will ask this: if you've not subscribed, I don't ask for subscriptions on my YouTube channel at this point. If you don't like me, it's fine. But we're trying to be able to reach more people with this because I think this is fun, and I think people would like it if they get exposed to it. So if you don't mind subscribing to this one, whether it be on your favorite podcast format or on YouTube, we would appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's hear that outro music.
Outro music coming right